Greetings and welcome to our Sunday night podcast of You Are the Miracle. I am Cheyenne Kramer. This is my better half.
Donald Kramer. Hello, everyone, and you are the miracle. We are all a miracle.
Absolutely. And, we're going to bring you lots of different ideas about this coming up because I don't know. I look around every week and I just kind of shake my head. There's just too many people who have genius ideas.
Yes, they do.
And they're still sitting on them. have we not seen this?
Oh, we have seen so much of it. It's scary.
All over the country, or at
Yes.
least the eastern half
Where
of the
we've
country.
been. How's that?
Yep, absolutely. And, tonight I wanted to address one of the main obstacles that we are so committed to helping people overcome when it comes to living in your purpose, doing your mission. Do you know what that obstacle is?
Oh, I believe it's money.
It's the money.
Money.
Money. Yeah, that. Because it's just one of the obstacles that tends to just stop people in their tracks. And we're seeing it more and more right now. There's everything going on out here, from the inflation that we're all just enjoying so much. The increase in gas prices. Good Lord.
Unbelievable.
We put gas in the car today and I was like, are you kidding me? This is getting ridiculous. All of these things. But then, there's people there. We've been through the foreclosure mess in the past, and there are people who are struggling, trying to figure out if that is the path they need to go down at this point in time. There's a lot of people who have had adjustable rate mortgages that are going up all the time now. There's people who had, what they call them, balloon mortgages, right, that all of a sudden, after 5 years, you have to refinance or something, and everything's going up in terms of, mortgage rates and things of that nature. So we're just trying to help people understand, there are ways to be able to overcome some of those financial challenges. And, for some people, we've got a lot of people we're dealing with, a lot of friends that we have. I've heard more and more of them start to talk about the idea of downsizing and maybe getting the home on wheels like we've got, right?
Yes. And it's the funny part about that, you both have to agree upon getting the house on wheels.
That's true. If you're a couple.
One cannot decide that. No, don't even try it.
No, but I know some single gals that have been talking about that kind of stuff too. And, people have no idea, but downsizing and being able to reduce your expense load is one of the most freedom feeling things that you can ever do.
I have to say something. There are a lot of single women out there living in RVs, and they are very well adapted to it, and Absolutely. They're enjoying themselves. They're enjoying that freedom. A lot of people don't have that freedom. They're not tied down to one spot. Kind of like us.
Yeah, well, we came all the way up the East Coast over the last few months, and there is some real advantages to being able to move around, do what you want, go where you want, and have the freedom of having a home on wheels. I absolutely recommend it as one of the ways that you can start to reduce some of your expenses to allow yourself to be able to live in the purpose that the Creator gave to you. Because guess what? Whatever was given to you as a purpose, you're the only one that can do it the way that you can do it.
It's a special piece of the puzzle.
Super puzzle building.
Yes. And by the way, we have a lot of tricks about cutting down expenses while living on the road. A lot.
That's true. That's true. And let's think about the other side of that equation. There's also lots of ways while you're on the road that you can increase your income.
Oh, yes, you can. That's the cool part about it.
It's true. It's true. And especially in this day and age when we're not limited to having to necessarily physically be in a building to do a job. I mean, good Lord, that's one silver lining that came out of the pandemic. A lot more jobs people found out could be done virtually.
Hey, they're catching up with us.
They are.
Watch out.
So many people learned how to use Zoom, and so many people have learned how to do their own webinars and write their own books and their ebooks. All these ways are ways that you can increase your income, and at the same time that you're decreasing expenses, so you can start to move into that place to be able to live in the purpose that Creator gave you. And another one is a biggie that keeps coming up for us. And this has come up for us for 20 years. And for a long time, we couldn't understand why. But, there is such a thing as repeat income. Now, for a lot of us, I mean, we're in the wisdom generation. And for a lot of us, repeat income does look like things like Social Security, right?
Yes. Yes.
And for some of us, we managed to put away some kind of a 401k fund or a, retirement fund of some sort that can produce ongoing repeat income that can come to you every month to help you be able to live in that purpose that you're meant to live. We've done crazy things. We've worked in crazy big warehouses of several different types.
Crazy big stores.
And we found, short-term opportunities on the road to be able to keep income flowing so that we can be doing our purpose, because our purpose has a lot to do with building new communities. And you can't do that by sitting in one place. So you never know. I know there's more community builders out here. And if you ever find yourself feeling called to be a community builder, let us know, because I believe we're going to end up with a caravan of RVs, don't you?
Yes. Yes. Why not?
Why not? It's a lot more fun that way. And if you get like-minded people together, creating the new communities that are helping more people have better health, more prosperity, and peace in their lives, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
That's true. You can have all the wealth, but you ain't got your health.
Well, that is true. But, you
need them both.
You need them both. It's absolutely the truth. But, a lot of people tell us that we're like some of the happiest people they know. and it really is a three-pronged approach, right?
Yes.
Because you've got to have an idea of what that purpose is that you've been given. And then you've got to figure out how to be able to create funding for yourself to do it. And like you just said, you got to make sure that you've got your health in order enough so that, you can move around and do the things you want to do.
Yeah, I'll be honest with everybody. I am a lot more healthy now than I was 5, 10, 15 years ago.
That's true.
I'm obviously 5, 10, 15 years older, but I feel younger.
It's true.
And I'm a lot happier.
Absolutely. I mean, people tell us we look younger all the time. It's crazy, and being happy with what you're doing and living in your purpose is a big piece of that.
Oh, definitely. Gotta live in your purpose.
But I'm going to tell you, even if you're somebody who's not on Social Security, even if you're somebody who doesn't have a retirement fund, a 401k, those kinds of things to create repeat money, there is still an option. Is there not?
There's a lot of options.
There's a lot of options,
one
big one. And people, they scoff at this, and it's hurting people, because there is an industry out here that will allow almost anybody, as long as they're at least 18. And actually, there's a few who will take some who are younger than 18. But there is an industry that will allow almost anybody to learn how to build repeat income and to be able to do better than people who introduce them to it. I mean, I always love Robert Kiyosaki. He always talks about climbing the corporate ladder. And so many in our generation have gotten caught in that, thinking, oh my God, I got to climb the next ladder, and try to get up there. But according to Kiyosaki, he said, problem with climbing the corporate ladder is there's always somebody's butt in your face, because they're on the ladder too. And, there is a way there is an industry that says, okay, well, you may have somebody who's been appointed to be your director or your trainer or your mentor or whatever, but in this particular industry, you can end up making more money than them. Does that ever happen in corporate America?
No. You can try to any big corporation.
Oh my
and
God.
You'll get stopped somewhere along the line from the person who you're looking at their
The
butt,
backside, yeah.
the butt on the ladder. And that's the thing about it. There are businesses out there, we know, that you can go as far as you want.
Bypass everybody
You
ahead
can.
of you.
There's no stopping you if you put the effort in.
It's true. It's true. And you know,
And do it correctly.
do it correctly. That's a good answer, because you know, we actually got involved, and many of you have heard of this company, but we got involved over 20 years ago with a little company called, back then it was called Prepaid Legal. Now it's called Legal Shield. And I just want you to know that the fact that we've been involved with that company for over 20 years, we get repeat money that drops into our checking account every single month.
That's right.
20 years.
20 years.
You know, and even if we haven't sold anything recently.
What's nice, it's like an extra paycheck.
It is.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
And anytime that we choose to build on it and make that paycheck bigger,
that's right,
we can. Nobody's going to stop us. Nobody, you know, we have a very good friend named Gordon, and he's not even involved in the business anymore. But he's a sweetheart of a guy. He's actually there, but we have the ability to climb past him. We have the ability to climb past anybody we want to. And at the same time, anytime we want help from mentors, we've got multiple mentors above her, don't we? Now, of course, we've lost a couple because, again, that darn pesky health thing gets in the way. We've lost some amazing people who have been mentors to us in the past, that, you know, health challenges got in the way and just took them out. And, you know, so we'll address more about those health challenges somewhere down the line. But we just want people to understand the direct selling industry is something that does not discriminate.
No.
Anybody can be involved, even if you've got, you know, maybe you've had a problem in the past and maybe you know a little more about the justice system than you'd like to. It doesn't matter. This industry will allow almost anybody in it. And you can build a team. In this day and age, how important do you think it is to be building teams?
Well, what's that saying? If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But
if you want to go far,
right,
you need to go together.
Waiting for you.
So, you know, that's the thing is, if you've ever been involved in team building, if you've ever been involved in being a coach or a mentor to somebody, if you've ever liked being a connector, I can tell you, and I should go back and look in LinkedIn, because I know I've had conversations with a bunch of people in LinkedIn who say, man, if I could just get paid to be a connector. Have you ever met anybody who says that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And the thing is, they don't realize they can.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness, because that is part of one of the secrets that most people have never heard of being able to have some really good things happen where you can build a repeat income. If you can be a connector and you just like to connect people all day, every day, you should be paired up with somebody we would call a consultant. Somebody who likes to really learn about products and services that actually make an impact for people. And if you get those two working together, you've got a connector that just wants to feed people to somebody who likes being a consultant. And when those sales are made, there's so many ways that you can split those sales.
Actually, we've known people that worked together like that and did very well. Very, very well.
It's true.
Because they worked together. They had their strong suits, and the other person had a strong suit, But when they work together, as you're saying, connector, consultant, things like that, and they went a long ways, and they're still doing very, very well.
It's true. And I'll never forget one of the greatest, very fast fundraising situations that I was involved with a number of years ago. And, you know, I partnered with a nonprofit director. This was an executive director and founder of his own nonprofit. He was looking for a way to raise funds. He had connections on his board of directors, business owners. And I knew about products for employee benefit programs. And so he went to his board and said, look, you know, we'd like to be able to offer an employee benefit plan to your company. You know, it'll only take us a half hour or so to explain the benefit to your employees. You know, can we go do this? And me and that founder went together to this one company. And in the space of about 60 minutes, by the time we got all the paperwork done, we had raised $1,200 in an hour.
That's darn good.
That's pretty darn good. And so I was able, we were able to split that money because he provided the company through his connection. I provided the consulting, explaining about how we were able to, you know, what the products were, what the employee benefit was. And together we made $1,200 in an hour. We split it. And those memberships that we sold all those years ago are still putting money in our checking account. And I'm talking, this must have been 10 years ago now.
Oh, yes. We've been getting
and that money still comes into our checking account every single month. So that's one of the reasons why we are able to be on the road, is because we're working with these kinds of companies and these kinds of programs where money drops in. We have money dropping into our checking account from 4 or 5 different companies every single month. And that's part of what helps to pay the mortgage on this motorhome. That's part of what puts gas in the gas tank. And it is what is allowing us. It's one of the things that's allowing us to be on the road and living in our God-given purpose. If you don't hear anything else in what we're saying tonight, please understand that if you have a purpose to live, if you feel like you've been called to do something, and if you feel like money is just standing in your way of being able to do it, please reach out to us, because we would be happy to give you a free consultation, ask you some questions, and try to figure out if we can create a good match for you on a way to be putting money in your checking account every month that would allow you to do what the Creator wants for you to do. Any other thoughts about this?
That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And I think people need to reach out to us.
They absolutely do.
Just talk to us.
Just talk to us. Unless it's really not important to you to do what you're being called to do. Remember that Les Brown quote? You remember that one?
Where's the best?
Where's most of the treasure hidden?
Yeah, the richest part.
Richest part of the planet.
Yeah. And where is that?
It is the graveyard, because that is where people end up, and they take all the gifts with them that the good Lord wanted them to leave here on the planet. And lack of money and poor health are the 2 reasons that most people never leave the gift the Creator asked them to leave.
You know, the nice part about it, we can help people with both those.
We can, absolutely. Definitely. If that is an issue for somebody, we can definitely help people with both. You know, we have, and in fact, we've been building a toolbox literally for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So we have this huge toolbox with all kinds of tools and all kinds of processes, all kinds of products and services. We can help people feel better and fund whatever that mission, that purpose is that's on your heart. And that's why, I created the class called Find Your Song and Sing It. That's why, we call ourselves the Live Your Song coaches, is because we want people to identify what their purpose is and have enough health to be able to do it, and to have enough financial resources to go out and do it.
You know what? You guys want to make two people happy? Call us. Talk to us.
Send us a message.
We can help you. We know we can.
It's absolutely the truth.
That's one thing that makes us happy when we're able to help someone to fund your project that you need to be done. Just to talk to us. Just talk. It costs nothing to talk to us.
That's it. And, the fact of the matter is, and, the name of our podcast is You Are the Miracle. You are the miracle we're waiting for. The good Lord gave you a purpose, gave you a mission. If you're not doing it, contact us. We're both on Facebook. We're both on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. There's plenty of ways that you can reach out to us. If you like what we're talking about, please comment, please like it, please share it around, and let people know that if you're tired of the chaos you're seeing on the planet right now, you just might be the miracle we're waiting for. We'll see you again next week, everybody. Have a great one.
Thank you.